In this demonstration, we'll take a look at how to configure real-time performance monitoring on a Juniper device. Now, real-time performance monitoring is a set of tests that run occasionally to allow you to measure latency between devices. Now, what's important to note here is that those different devices must each be running the Junos operating system. The idea is that the first device that you've enabled real-time performance monitoring on will go and send messages out to the second device. Those messages are time-stamped before being sent out so that when the reply comes back, we can measure the difference in time between the sent and received message. And the idea is that you would compare those messages over long periods of time to see if the network is still performing the way that we expect it to perform. So to configure real-time performance monitoring, the first thing that I'm going to do is go into my configuration mode, which I'm already there, and I'm going to do Edit Services RPM. Edit Services RPM. And with the RPM services, what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure the probe or the test that I want to perform is going to be called web server test. And then I'm going to specify the test that I want to perform is a test I'm going to call ICMP test. So then I hit enter. So you can see here that I'm in my ICMP test where I'm going to specify the parameters of the actual test. So I'm going to set the probe type. And if I hit the question mark here, you can see our different probe types. Notice the different protocols that could be used for the probe traffic. We got ICMP, TCP, UDP, HTTP. So I'm going to do ICMP ping timestamp. Now after I set my message type, then I'm going to set the target address of the device that I want to send the probe messages to. And I'm going to send it to 192.168.5.1. And then I'm going to set how many messages I actually want to send, right? So that's what we call the probe count. I'm going to say send 15 messages. So set the probe count to 15. And then we also set the interval between those messages. So I'm going to set that to, I'll say 10 seconds. And then I'm also going to set the time between our actual test. So I'll say 600 seconds, which is approximately 10 minutes. So that's how we configure real-time performance monitoring on the device. Now remember, you would have to go to the other device and configure real-time performance monitoring as well on the other device. Now, once you've gone and configured this and the devices are sending messages back and forth, then you can use the show services RPM probe results command to view your actual probe results, so to view the messages themselves and to identify any potential problems with performance. So in this demonstration, we showed you how to configure real-time performance monitoring on a Juniper device.